You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, let's talk about Unrivaled. Oh, my goodness. I made a point to not make an Unrivaled ratings video until the Monday ratings came out. Now, why did I do that? Well, I did it because I wanted to make sure that we saw whether or not there would be any residual effects from Breanna Stewart coming out holding a sign saying abolish ICE. Well, there was. But I think there was another indictment of this league as well. Number one, this is the worst I've ever seen their ratings. Monday's ratings, and we'll get there. We're going to do Friday, Saturday, and Monday. But it also shows you how few people outside of, if I'm just being real, some activist fans are watching this league. Because even though it's an all-time bad rating, it just shows you how little fans they had to actually hemorrhage off. Now, in case you don't remember, this was just 7 days ago. All right, a 48% increase over 2025. $40 million in league revenue in its second season. And I was like, interesting. And what made that interesting is, well, the media rights deal from TNT is $16.667 million of that. They signed a 6-year contract, 3 years, and then another 3-year option if TNT chooses to pick that option back up. Which I can tell you right now, as it stands, they're not going to do that. I mean, in 2027, it would be a miracle if somehow, some way, this league is not doomed, if it's not done for. And this $40 million revenue is not basketball generated. This is investor generated. Well, at some point, investors want returns. They want to see what was generated. So let's just jump into this. This is Friday, okay? Last Friday. This is prior to Breanna Stewart. Right here, the Phantom versus Vinyl, TNT, did 30,000 viewers in the 18 to 49 ad demographic. The Mist and Rose, 30,000 viewers in the ad demographic. That same game, I guess, was the Phantom Vinyl game was simulcast on True TV, did another 20,000 viewers. Look at these ranks far as actual total cable ranking. 131st, 125th, 229th. God, these ratings were bad, and they're going to get worse. The Lunar Owls and Breeze. This is on Saturday. 30,000 viewers. 143rd in the cable rank. The Hive versus Laces, 20,000 viewers. 167th ranked. Now, if you want to try to figure out total viewership, I went back and looked at last year's. That's going to be roughly 4 times what's showed in the 18 to 49 demographic. You may be staring at a rating right here that's like down under 100,000. Like 80,000 viewers. Oh, but wait. It's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. Let me take you back over the weekend. Right? Breanna Stewart explains her abolish ICE sign. She came out holding this sign right here, abolish ICE. I made a video on that, and I triggered some of the retards that were subscribed to this channel, and I waved at them as they went right off into the sunset. The next day I replaced every one of them with a follow-up video. All those subs came back. Not those people, but, people with common sense came back. Blew right past them. So I got them back, plus some. And Breanna Stewart, of course, run her mouth with this, abolish ICE, which means having policies to uplift families and communities instead of fueling fear and violence. Human lives are at stake. I called him out. John Root called him out. Stewart said nothing about Laken Riley, who was raped and murdered by an illegal immigrant. Exactly. Well, it got worse on Monday. This is Monday's ratings right here. The Lunar Owls versus the Hive had 50,000 viewers. Wow, that's kind of a miracle, frankly. That's kind of a miracle. But their total viewership still wasn't good. 130th in the total rank. This was on TNT, folks. And then you got down to the Laces versus the Breeze. This was on TNT, not on True TV. It registered an NA. You see this, a .02 or below. Or below. Total rank, NA. Didn't even rank. Didn't even rank on the cable ratings, total viewers. Didn't show up. Guys, Unrivaled was on live support like it was. And you got players that's claiming this is their backup plan to not signing a CBA? Really? You're watching your backup. You're protesting your league into the ground. Your backup plan, boom, right off a cliff. By the way, it was headed there anyway. It was headed there anyway because obviously there was a lot of fans that were curious last year that had not bothered to come back. They have not bothered to come back. And you got a couple of players that played last year, Angel and Sabrina, not involved. They decided they'd rather do something else besides playing Unrivaled. We are witnessing right now the demise week to week of Unrivaled 3x3 basketball right now. You combine that with Project B, paying all the money they're going to pay, and the fact that in March of next year, TNT Sports or TNT can make a decision whether or not to opt out of their media rights deal, which is $16 million. That's not a lot. In TV terms, that's not a lot. To give you an idea, the WNBA just signed that media rights deal. It was over $200 million. And combined with the media rights deal that carried over, there was a section of it that actually carried over, I think, involving Ion. $260 million is what it totals out to be. Versus $16.667 million. And the Warner Brothers sale that's going to happen that could see Unrivaled yanked off of HBO Max where it streams. This is not going well. Wow, it's unbelievable. These players don't understand. Regular sports fans don't want to see the protesting in a league that had and look, that just goes to show you. You did that, and far as we know, only like 10,000 fans decided to drop out. Only like 10,000 fans said, "Nah, I'm gonna quit." That shows you how few there were to lose. That's quite the indictment. Man, these players better sign that CBA. That's all I got to say. You better submit another proposal and adjust your revenue sharing demands. Tell me what you think. Something that Adam Silver's actually going to acknowledge this time. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.